shorty what you want, I got what you need. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Good evening, everybody. This is King G here, King of the Ghetto Bastards. I want to thank you for tuning in to my Ghetto Bastard, Brutally Honest. Today's topic is going to be racism. I want everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ghetto Bastard, Brutally Honest. And I'll follow up with a post with the important links. Racism. Fact or fiction? Can black people be racist? And if they are, who are we racist against? What does racism mean? What's the difference between racism and prejudice? Are you prejudiced or are you racist? Because if you're brought up in America, you're one or the other. And I'm going to tell you right now, almost everybody you know is prejudiced against somebody or something. You might not want to admit it, but a lot of times people get racism confused with prejudice. All right? But they're not the same. They're absolutely different. Okay? If you're racist, that means you hate someone because of their ethnicity. Because black people ain't got a hold on racism. For some reason, and I can say this shit because I'm black. Black people think they the only ones that they're racist against. That's bullshit. Now, that Roseanne shit, that was fucked up. But she's not racist, okay? Stupid, idiotic. She might be a drunk, because she might have been drunk when she texted that shit. But she's not racist, okay? A lot of people out here, they're idiots. They're stupid, all right? They're naive, but they're not racist. And one thing I got to hold black people foot to the fire is, man, we always quick to call somebody racist. I'm going to show you what racist is. Because them black people back in the day, them people that was marching, the slaves, the people after slavery, what you call the Reconstruction era, that was racism. That's when people was dying for that shit. Okay? That's the real deal. But black people, you got to understand, we're so mostly faceted. We're not a monolithic people that it's hard to hold on and just say it's just about us, because black people will fuck anybody and anything. Okay? We all mixed. We got white girlfriends, Puerto Ricans, Spanish, Chinese. We're all mixed together. Alright? So it's hard to put it all in a box. Okay? Now, if you want to know how I know so much, I want you to buy my book, Ghetto Bastard and Ghetto Bastard 2. Because I done dealt with a whole lot of different people, whole lot of different black people, white people, Spanish people, Asian people. I've been shot at, stabbed 3 times in my chest, contract put out on my life, and wasn't none of them people white. Alright? So let's get down to the basics. We're gonna tell the truth about it. Alright? Now, next week's topic is going to be the Me Too movement. And that's got a lot of racist stuff in there included. And if you want to hear more, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be posting a follow-up video within 24 hours. Now, everybody, I want you to stay tuned, because I'm going to keep it going, because I'm going to get down and dirty about the racism. So right now, this is the Ghetto Bastard. Over and out.
She call me top shot, so yeah, I keep a few teams. Champion sound, yeah, I got a few rings, and I'm all the way up. And you can stay up. And if they ask anybody where I live, they point to the hills and say, go all the way up.
Racism. What is racism? Racism is when you hate somebody because of the color of their skin or their nationality. Not for any other reason. Alright? prejudice is when you prejudge somebody. Now, when I say everyone's prejudiced, we all prejudiced, because if you don't know something about somebody, you prejudiced. If you don't know nothing about North Koreans, you prejudice against them. Because my understanding is, like, now this is just me talking shit right now. I don't know that it's true. It's just a prejudice that I have. I think Asian people like will eat fucking anything and shit like that. I hear they eat dogs and shit like that. They'll eat spiders. They eat all kind of insects and shit like that. Now, I don't know if that shit is true. This is just shit that I hear. So that's a prejudgment, okay? But I don't hate them. I'm not racist against them. I don't hate them because they're Asian, that their eyes are slanted. They're human beings to me, okay? Now, Hitler, he was racist. But now check this shit out. He was racist against people with the same color that he was. He was racist against them because of their religion. He was killing those motherfuckers, okay? Now, if you want to know some real racist people, you go back to between 1865 until about 1860. I'm not 1865 until 1960, all right? Now, here's a statistic that people don't know about. Over 4,000 people were lynched. Black people were lynched in this country between those years. This is after slavery and way into the 1900s. Black people were lynched, okay, for the color of their skin, for whistling at a white woman, for getting ahead of the white man. And people went in crowds and they strung them up on trees and they took pictures with them like they were animals. This is white people doing this to black people, okay? That's racism. That's hate. When you hate somebody enough to kill them, and I mean, if I could speak of the atrocities that they did to black people back in those days, it would just be too much. They cut their ears off, cut their genitals off, and stick it in their mouths and shit like that while they're hanging them from the tree. And they had their little kids with them while they were sitting there smiling, taking pictures of them and shit like that. That's racism. Right now, what we have in today's society, a lot of places, a lot of things that you're seeing on TV, it's not racism. It's ignorance. It's stupidity. People being stupid, shit that they hear. Alright? Now, you know, they'll say shit like, people like, black people like fried chicken and watermelon. Now, if it's true, is it racism? Because I love fried chicken, but I don't like watermelon. I take watermelon, but I can live without it. I mean, I don't love it. Okay? But now, can black people be racist? Hell yeah, they can be racist. They can be racist. Black people are more racist against themselves than other people are. But that was genetically engineered. That's how the slave masters used to do it. Light-skinned blacks, dark-skinned blacks. House, I'm going to try to refrain to use some of the words, you know. But house nigga versus field nigga, okay? Because them niggas in the field hated them motherfuckers up in the house. They hated their motherfucking guts. And 9 times out of 10, the house nigga was actually the master's son from one of the slave chicks. Alright? So he was light-skinned. So what that has happened in time, now remember, slavery ended, what, 150 years or something years ago? But the effects still perpetuate now because black people be hating on each other just because of their skin complexion. They got names for each other. High yellow. They call real dark black people, and I used to hear this shit when I was young. Boy, that motherfucker black till he turned blue. Usually they referring to Haitians and shit like that. Okay? Now, what people don't understand is black is not a culture. It is a color. Because you got black Russians. You got black Japanese. You got black Chinese. Now, you ain't seen them, but that don't mean they don't exist because, listen, they were wars, and black people were in the wars. Remember, black people fought in almost every war that there was, even the Civil War. All right? And they went to other countries, and when those other people from other countries saw black people, they never saw them in real life. They saw pictures of them. You ever hear them say, hey, can I touch your hair? No. But they wasn't saying it out of disrespect. They wasn't saying it out of racism. They wasn't saying it because they were prejudiced. They were saying it out of asking to touch their hair because it was unknown. It was foreign to them. Okay? Now, if you're going to point your finger at someone, now I'm talking to black people, and I can only speak on the behalf of black people, and call them racist, you can't be racist. You can't talk shit about white people, and then when white people do something that denigrate black people, call them racist. Okay? You can't be the same way. Racism is a hate. All right? Now, something about the American black, because remember, the African American, and I don't really like that term because I ain't never been to Africa and I ain't necessarily going to go back there. You understand what I mean? But the American, the African Negro, or whatever you want to call them, we are blended with the European. We are a unique species. Okay? We are not a monolithic people. We are multifaceted. All right? We are blended with all kind of people. And let me tell you, if you've ever been to Harlem, New York, shout out to Harlem. Black people, some fine people, man. They got some good-looking people. And to dispute or to knock down what racist white people say, Ku Klux Klan and shit like that, about mixing the races, black people and white people, man, they make some fine-ass babies and shit like that, man. They be looking good, all right? But the bottom line is, we all human beings, all right? If you hate a person enough to kill them, you're racist, no matter what color you are, all right? This is what these people back in the South used to do to black people. They would kill them. Their life meant nothing. They would treat their dog better than they would treat black people. Now, I only speak about black people because I'm black and I'm more familiar with the history of the Americas and what tragedies the black people have gone through. But remember, you got black people killing black people over in Africa. You got white people killing white people over there in England. The Irish, whatever it is, the Protestants and the Catholics and stuff like that. So racism doesn't necessarily have to do with color, all right? It has to do with a hate. And if you hate someone enough to kill them, you're racist. That's what it's all about. But one thing we have to realize is we're all human. Like, I'm prejudiced. I'm prejudiced against fucking assholes. Okay? I can't fucking stand them. Okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, assholes come in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Alright? Black people don't have a hold on that. Okay? So, I don't want people to sit here and think that I'm only talking about white people, because it's not just white people. Alright? And white people, now that they got that Ancestry.com shit, they starting to find out they got a little bit of jigaboo in them too. Alright? So, are we all just one color? Now, I was taught that there were actually only 3 nationalities, to be honest. I read that there was a Mongolozoid, Negroid, and Caucasoid. Alright? And all other nationalities are mixed together. Alright? A Mongolozoid is Asian, of course. Caucasoid is white. And Negroid, of course, is black. Everything else is mixed together. Alright? Some way, shape, form, or fashion. Scientists have proven that everybody came from the continent of Africa. Alright? So, we're all human beings. We're all part of the human race. If you are racist, you were taught to be racist. Children are not born racist. It's just like you think cats and dogs don't get along. Man, I got a cat and a dog. They all live together. They ain't got no problem living together. But if you take black, white, Asian kid, from babies and you raise them, you know what they would be? They would be brothers. They would love each other. Alright? So, all racism is taught. It's not genetically bred into us. People are not born racist. If you're a racist, go way back. Because here's the funny thing. They say the white man is racist, but he likes some black pussy. Alright? Because if he didn't, they wouldn't have all them light-skinned slaves. That's the truth. Because if you're racist, you don't want that culture around you. Now, a lot of people say Donald Trump is racist. Donald Trump ain't racist. He an idiot. He's part of the elite. Alright? He's a sexist. He's narcissistic. But if he was racist, he wouldn't want no niggas around him. He wouldn't give Omarosa her own show. He wouldn't put Omarosa in the cabinet with him. He wouldn't have gave Latoya Jackson a second chance on The Apprentice. Okay? When you racist, you hate the other nationality. You can't stand the smell of them. That's racism. I'm not racist. And a lot of people point their finger at and say are racist are not racist. Alright? They're ignorant. Like I said, Roseanne is not racist. Roseanne's stupid. She's ignorant, but if she was racist, she had a control of her show. Not this one, the before they did the reboot. And she had black people on her show all the time. You know the commonality that the people had? They were poor. Because there's one thing that white people, black people, Asian people, Hispanic people, that one thing they got in common, they all poor. But how rich people control us and stay in charge and keep doing the things that they're doing is they keep us at each other's throat, making us think that one's getting better than the other. Alright? Because I'm going to tell you right now, more white people kill white people, more black people kill black people, and etc. If you look at the statistics, just look at Chicago. Alright? Most of the people that are in jail for killing somebody, they kill somebody the same color that they were. Alright? So, this is the Ghetto Bastard. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Remember, my next week's topic is going to be the Me Too movement. I know a lot of people done fell. Bill Cosby, Weinstein, Matt Lawler, man, the list goes on. So, it's going to be a lot to talk about, alright? This is the Ghetto Bastard, over and out. And don't forget, read my book, Ghetto Bastard 1 and Ghetto Bastard 2. And I just finished Ghetto Bastard 3, Life After Death. The editor is hitting it now, and soon to be released. Ghetto Bastard, over and out.